year before, and the Leesville Wampus Cats into the Dome for the first time, much like the Salmen Spartans were last year when they came in to take on the John Curtis Patriots. We're getting ready for the coin flip down on the field. Before we get this Class 4A state championship underway. Good shot of the Salmen head coach, Bill Stubbs. 8 years, his record 83-24. He is the Metro School Coach of the Year, and that encompasses Class 3A, 4A, and 5A. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with our kickoff of this afternoon's 4A matchup. The Spartans and the Wampus Cats here in the Louisiana Superdome. Good shot there of Coach Danny Smith. His 5th year with the Leesville Wampus Cats.
I guess people are wondering, what is a Wampus Cat?
Well, tell me, you've been, all week long, we've gone back and forth about this. I don't know what a Wampus Cat is. I've asked you, and you've left it out. Now let's let all of our viewers in on what a Wampus Cat is.
Well, I'll tell you, Bayou Breath, it's a fictitious bobcat that hangs out in a bayou. That's all it is. There's no such thing as a Wampus Cat. But if there was such thing as a Wampus Cat, it's supposed to be the meanest animal on the face of the earth, and it lives in a bayou.
That's not what I heard.
Go ahead.
I heard a Wampus Cat is when a cat and a bulldog collided. Had a little bit of a tussle, okay? Cat beats the bulldog and whomps it. Everybody said, you saw that Wampus Cat? But then I also heard from an old-time Leesville native that actually the bulldog beat the cat, so I guess the cat got the whomping. But at any rate, that's why I heard it was a Wampus Cat.
You must have had high fever when you heard that story. I'll tell you, you must have had high fever when you heard that story.
Well, a lot of folks would say in this ball game, Renee, that it'll be the legs of Cecil Collins against the smothering defense of the Salmen Spartans. Of course, Coach Bill Stubbs has plied his trade at Salmen and based his success at Salmen on a stingy defense. So that will probably be one of the storylines in this ball game this evening.
77 yards. That's what the Salmen defense has allowed their opponents through the 1995 campaign. So stingy is an understatement. 77 yards is not very much, and that's for the entire 4 quarters of a contest.
We're just a couple of minutes away from kickoff, as Leesville ranked 3rd in the state of Louisiana. Salmen ranked number 1 in the state and 15th in the nation by USA Today. Salmen getting that honor after beating John Curtis last year. Curtis ranked as high as 6th last year in the nation before their defeat, 12-7. Last year's final by Salmen. This year Salmen debuted at 18th and has steadily moved its way up in the chart to 15th, where they stand right now. Leesville hailing out of District 4 in Class 4A. Salmen coming out of District 7 in Class 4A. Leesville, your district champion. Salmen will be kicking off to Leesville, so we'll get a look at Collins first. Salmen moving from our right to our left as you move on your TV screen. Nice crowd on hand. It will be a late arriving crowd, as there's a pretty good traffic jam outside the dome right now, I am told. controversy during the week as well, as Salmen was expected to wear their favorite black uniforms. Leesville, however, had the option and they chose their black. And as Coach Bill Stubbs said, it makes no difference. The trophy is still gold. Patrick Green teeing the ball up. Back deep for Leesville. Cecil Collins is the pivot man, and we are underway in this Class 4A state championship game. Collins will gather it in at his own 6. Running hard and met hard at the 20 and driven back by a host of white tacklers. One of them, an outstanding Keith Porter, number 5.
And has a good shot at Cecil Collins right there. He's the standard by which all running backs have been compared against for the 1995 season. He needs 33 yards to exceed the 3,000-yard barrier. Boy, he's got a host of schools looking at him for his college career.
Tyndall, Burns, Fetting, Neat, Marbury, and Mann, your Leesville offensive line. Thurman and Burns, your split ends. Green, Buckner, and Collins in the backfield. Motion early as the play is stopped. And we'll read that.
You got some beef up front. In fact, Adrian Burns is a guy you may want to keep an eye on. You can't miss him.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
He's got license plates front and back. He's 6'1", 315, only a junior. He's going to be a player in 1996, a lot of potential. They compare him favorably to a Raymond Smoot and Kevin Mawai, 2 guys who've moved on to the NFL who came through this Leesville system.
Larry DeGate, our referee. You heard him just a moment ago. We'll check the rest of the officiating crew after this Collins run. He'll get back to the 20-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Your linesmen, let's check the Salmen defense first. Ty Williford, Tony Jackson, and Ernie Moore across the front. Clarence Crawford, Chris Brindell, Danny Marks, one of the outstanding defensive players. Damian Woods, Keith Porter, Kevin Porter, and Brandon Bell. At number 5, check that. That's Keith Porter. Kevin Porter is number 3. 2nd and 10. Collins straight ahead. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Your officiating crew, linesman, Mike DeLeese, Lucas Silvio, your line judge, Mike Jasmine, the umpire, Stan McDonald, the field judge, Randy Plaisance, the back judge, and Ed Johnson, the clock operator, and as we mentioned, Larry DeGate, the referee.
There's no quitting these two, and there's been some jawing going on the first couple of plays. One of the players you may keep an eye on, he's the smallest of the offensive front for Leesville, Evan Nett, 5'10", 185-pound center. But they say he's one tough nut, no quit, he's relentless. You don't want to fool with number 52.
3rd and 6. Quarterback Green falls to the turf as he pulls out from beneath Nett, the center. And he'll lose 5, and so it'll be 4th and 10. And Leesville forced to punt in their opening possession, much to delight the Slidell faithful.
And you see as he's going back right here, he trips and his knee touches, so Jason Green is down without contact, but Leesville will have to punt it over to the Salmen Spartans, and the Spartans will get an opportunity for a pretty good return and maybe good field position in their first possession.
Greg Roan averaging 35 yards a punt. Gets off a poor effort. That'll bound out of bounds up at the 35-yard line. A 15-yard punt for Roan.
This gives Coach Billy Stubb the first series here with 9:20 to go here in the first and opening stanza. And Salmen averaging 32.6 points per game offensively. Their defense only allowing 6. On this flip side, Leesville really has done an outstanding job. Their defense only allowing 9.6 points per outing to their opponents.
Senior quarterback Brandon Dale on first down will give it to fullback Christopher Green. Green surging ahead for 2, maybe 3. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
And has a good shot at Brandon Dale. He is really he's the gasoline that runs the engine for the Salmen Spartans. He's one of the best overall athletes, and we'll talk more about him.
Woods on a carry to the right-hand side. If he dropped at the line of scrimmage, Salmen employing the no-huddle offense here early. Let's check the offensive starters. Tyrone Roberts is your tight end. Gibson and Shelley, your tackles. Thompson and Gilligan, your guards. And Captain Bosque, your center. Watson, Enright, Dale, Green, and Woods, your skill position players. As Dale looks down the field, tosses the ball, complete on the play to Tyrone Roberts. Check that, Mark Enright, the split end. He'll be drilled out of bounds. Good enough for first down yardage, down to the 24-yard line.
Well, Brandon Dale, talking to Coach Tiger Edwards right there, and he'll beat you with his feet or with his arm.
Watson, Enright, Dale, Green, and Woods are your skill position players for the Salmen offense. Leesville defense, Bolerski, Davis, Kay, and Gill across the front. Jones, Ron, Clemens, Lee, Jones in the secondary. Toss sweep, Woods, left-hand side. Take it down to the 23. Dwayne Woods finding Mike Ron in your last two Leesville secondary players, Mike Lewis and Robert Robinson in the backfield.
The defense for the Leesville Wampus Cats, the one thing they need to do is create opportunities for the offense to score. They're going to shut down lanes and not allow Dwayne Woods to get outside. You see Roan with a handful of Dwayne Woods right there, brings him down for a short gain. It's now 2nd and 10.
Whistles on the play. This one is unable to get off. Flags will stream in. We'll see what Larry DeGate has to say about this one.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty.
Good shot at Billy Stubbs right there. Brandon Dale is the kind of guy, what an athlete he is. He's a senior. He's being looked at by a number of schools. He'll probably play defensive back at the next level.
Second down and 15. Dale wants the pass. He'll roll out, buy some time. Now he'll run it. He's got the first down and hitting towards the end zone. He's finally pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A late flag comes streaming out as well. Vernon Lee coming up to stop senior quarterback Brandon Dale, the all-district performer.
And one thing right here you're going to see, this is why the wide receivers for the Spartans need to block. Downfield blocking, Enright and Watson, good blocking downfield. You see number 80, Enright, lay a key block that enables Dale to get down close to the goal line right there. Good block by Enright, and Brandon Dale has the Salmen Spartans knocking on the door.
Defense. First down.
Personal foul is the call against Leesville. That'll give Salmen an additional first down and turn the ball even closer to the goal line, all the way down to the 2. Spartans operating with their opening possession after holding Leesville to 3 and out. Woods. Close to the end zone. Didn't get in. No signal. No. Greg Ron, the leading tackler, this Wampus Cat defensive unit, makes the stop.
And Ron, with 184 tackles on the season, he's that defensive leader, a 2-year starter, an all-district performer, and he really covers a lot of area from his linebacker position.
The triple I again, Powers on the left-hand side. They'll run right with Woods into the end zone, but there's a fumble in the back of the end zone, and it's covered on the play by Tyrone Roberts. Touchdown for Salmen. Roberts, right place, right time, and the Spartans go up first, 6-0 over the Wampus Cats.
And that was just good individual effort. Tyrone Roberts jumps on the errant ball and loose ball and scores a touchdown for the Spartans. But you see Dwayne Woods takes a shot here right near the goal. The ball is going to pop out. This ball is stripped loose. It would have been a fumble had Tyrone Roberts not jumped on it. Touchdown Salmen, and now the extra point is upcoming.
Patrick Green in to attempt that extra point. Nice placement, nice kick, and it is good. 7-0. Salmen Spartans on top of the Wampus Cats. Cecil Collins up next here in the 4A state championship game.
is on the field, our medics will be there, just in case. Every weekend, we'll be standing by at 100 high school and college football games. Acadian Ambulance and Air Med Services, looking after the ones you love.
As an employee-owned company, every day we are acquiring ownership in Acadian Ambulance. And every day we work harder to make the service even better.
We all try to do more than the job requires.
Because it's our company and our community.
And we want to give our best to both.
We're grateful for the opportunity to serve.
And for the acceptance the people we serve have given us.
Teaching community services is a big part of our business. We appreciate you entrusting your family to ours.
And here Dwayne Woods gets the ball, fumbles at the 2-yard line. Tyrone Roberts jumps on it for the touchdown for the Spartans. And Woods just sat there helplessly. He couldn't do anything about it, but a touchdown nevertheless. And the Spartans with the extra point take the lead 7-0 with 6:46 remaining in the first quarter.
Green hits a knuckleball shot that Collins will gather in at his own 6-yard line. Picking up a head of steam, looking for a crease. Flags on the play, and Collins is snowed under at the 22. 16-yard return.
That opening drive for the Spartans, 7 plays, consuming 2 minutes and 34 seconds off the clock. 34-yard drive, and that touchdown run, really Tyrone Roberts jumped on the fumble for a touchdown for the Spartans. They take an early lead, 7-0, and this game is far from over.
Both flipping on the receiving team. Penalties half the distance to the goal. First down.
And special teams, Renee, already playing a big factor in this ball game. A clipping call against Leesville's return unit will knock it all the way back to the 11-yard line. And of course, previously on their previous possession, a poor punt enabled Salmen to drive but 34 yards for their first score. Slot right, backs in an eye. Collins with the call, spinning, hit at the line, driven backwards, nowhere to go.
They're going to mirror 32 everywhere he goes, and that's one guy right there, Keith Porter. He's going to get a lot of attention. You know, he's that free safety, 4.5 speed with the field, Keith Porter.
Help from the weak defensive end as well, Edrin Smith.
And the white jerseys engulf number 32 of the Wampus Cats, Cecil Collins, and he's had a tough going the first 2 series here at the Louisiana Superdome.
Wideouts left and right. Collins, right side. He'll get forward up to about the 16 or 17. Quick gain of 5 on nothing but pure running strength.
He bench presses in excess of 350 pounds. He's 5'10", 205, 4'5" in the speed in the 40. He was the All-District MVP. He's being looked at by a number of schools, including LSU, Texas A&M, Nebraska, Arkansas, and Texas. He's going to make someone an exceptional running back at the next level. You want to describe him? He attacks a defense. He plays running back with the mentality of a defensive lineman.
3rd down and 3. Collins will get the call again, attacking that defense, as you mentioned, Renee. It'll be close, but short of a first down. 7-0 Spartans on top of the Cats. Clock rolling in the first quarter, 5:11 left.
You know, you look at the Leesville program, Gerald, and you look at so many great players have come through here, and Eddie Fuller is one guy who comes to mind. He went into notoriety with the LSU Tigers before going to the Buffalo Bills, and Cecil Collins compares favorably, except they think he's got better hands and maybe is an overall better back than Eddie Fuller, who now plays in the NFL. He's injured right now, but that's quite a compliment.
They're going to stretch the chains out, and it's about a half a yard short of the first down marker. So it'll be 4th and close. And I would think if you're Coach Danny Smith for Leesville, you're going to want to punt it here. You don't want to give Salmen another short field with which to work if he should be stopped on 4th down. But then again, of course, you've got Cecil Collins. He should certainly be able to get a half a yard, and they're going to go for it.
Yet they will dial number 32.
4th and less than a yard. Green asks for quiet. He'll keep it on the quarterback surge straight ahead, and it. read that as well, as the yardage would appear to be enough for a first down. Here comes Larry DeGate.
Following the play, face mask penalty against the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So Leesville gets their first down, 6 half dozen of the other, and the ball moves all the way up to the Leesville 37-yard line.
There's some faithful there. Have trucked down to the Superdome. Jason Green, a quarterback for Leesville High School. He started out as a wide receiver. He's a team leader. He excels in the baseball diamond as a second baseman. He may have some aspirations of going to the major leagues. He's had some overtures as well.
Flags on the play will thwart this drive before it starts, and Collins has got the majority of the offensive work here today.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty.
That'll push him back 5. It'll be first and 15. The Wampus Cats 13-1 on the season. Their lone loss of the year coming in week 3 at Sulphur, 20-14 defeat. They bounce right back to next week, beating Woodlawn Shreveport 39-0. Part of the highlights of the season, beating arch rival DeRitter twice, once in the finale of the season, 15-6, and then again in the quarterfinals, 29-0. Green wants to pass, airing the ball out, too strong for his intended receiver, overthrown for Jerry Hayes on the near sidelines. A little too much loft beneath that ball, and it'll be second down and 15.
You know, there's a lot more weapons on this Wampus Cats staff or team besides just number 32. We mentioned Jason Green. Ryan Buckner, a fullback, as a guy who can carry tote the mail, so to speak. Trey Tundell, he's a tight end. And Marcus Thurman is a guy you probably hear something about. He's the go-to wide receiver, only a junior, but he's a second-team all-district, and they're not afraid to throw to him. He can catch a BB in a snowstorm. He's got great concentration. I like that.
I like that. Collins, left-hand side. He'll find a little crease, which will close quickly, and he'll gain maybe 1, not much more. The Salmen defense really pursuing. I'm thinking, if I'm the Leesville coaches, if I've got any type of reverses or any type of misdirection, naked bootleg plays, I'm thinking about that later on this half with the way the Salmen defense is pursuing.
We're going to have to open it up a little bit, and if it's not with the pass, with that toss sweep, that Cecil Collins, they just shut him down. They got to box out on the outside and force him back inside. If they can contain outside on Cecil Collins, that in itself is a victory.
3rd and 14. Quarterback Green with a tight end on the right-hand side. Play action pass. He's being hurried out of the pocket, tossing the ball downfield. His intended receiver slipped on the play. That was Marcus Thurman, second-team all-district, their go-to guy at the flanker spot. So it'll be 4th down, and the Wampus Cats will be forced to kick. Well, if you're a Leesville fan, you'd probably anticipate that by this point, Cecil Collins would have his 33 yards, which would give him 3,000 for the season after 2 series, but he does not.
Well, you see that Jason Green breaking out here, rolling right, looking for a receiver. He finds his target and just could not find the mark on this incomplete pass, so it's a punting situation.
Ron kicking the ball high, end-over-end kick. That'll be taken in by Keith Porter, who had an 85-yard touchdown punt return last week, but that one right there, only 2 yards. We 1st and 10 for Salmen at their own 40-yard line.
Good look at the defensive huddle of the Salmen, offensive huddle rather, of the Salmen Spartans with quarterback Brandon Dale. You know, when you think of the quarterbacks that have come through here, we'll talk about a few of them. What a history of great athletes Salmen has had.
Dale keeps the ball on the option, fumbles it, but it's picked up in midair and advanced down the field. A fortuitous bounce for the Salmen Spartans. Green picked it up. A flag is on the play. Green, right place, right time, the fullback following the play. He was the option man there, or so it seemed. There you see, he just plucked it out of the midair, and
he's right where he had to be. Chris Green, a senior fullback, and no penalty. And that is fact. In fact, Chris Green and Patrick Green are both.
so So it'll be second down in less than a yard after the heads-up play. There's a good look at Chris Green, 5'9", 165-pound senior. He's the up back in this formation. The back is Woods, who's carrying the ball right there. He'll pick up the first down as he'll puncture midfield, get into Wampus Cat territory.
You know, people say, who does he remind you of? I guess, you know, you look back to the superlatives, but he reminds you a little bit of an Emmitt Smith and a Barry Sanders in his style. He's probably got the best vision of any back in this area. He's come through in quite some time. He can cut on a dime. But the thing is, the good thing about Dwayne Woods, he'll make a big play out of nothing.
First and 10. Wideouts left and right. Dale, long count. Woods gets the call, crashing over the right-hand side, and he'll rip off a quick 8 yards. Second and 2. Woods is getting that initial surge from his offensive line that Collins has not gotten thus far this game. Woods is able to turn it into positive yardage. Right there, an 8-yard game. Lou Drotti making the stop. It'll be second and 2 down at the Leesville 40-yard line.
With that 4.3 speed and that great vision, doesn't he remind you of a Kevin Falk a little bit? But Dwayne Woods has been blazing his own trails, and many, many other players are being compared to number 22, Dwayne Woods.
Here he is again. Flags on the play. He'll spin out a 1 tackle. A second flag will come down as well. Woods will make it down to the 32-yard line. Clock stopped at 1:56 left in the first quarter. Salmen on top of Leesville, 7-0. Will unravel the penalty down on the field. Salmen Spartans, winners of 25 consecutive games.
Talking right there with Captain Roan. Joe, when you think of great athletes have played for the Spartans, you have to think of Alan Risher and David Smith.
Two of the best.
2 fouls on the play. Illegal formation against the offense. That penalty is declined. Holding against the offense. That penalty is accepted. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
So it'll be second down and 11. The Spartans a shade inside of midfield. Woods, check that. Dale on the play fake. He'll keep it. He's got the first down and more. Look at him motor on the far sideline. An outstanding play fake by Brandon Dale. Greg Ron finally has to drag him down from his middle inside linebacker position, but not before Dale hashes out for 23 yards.
Brandon Dale, he possesses a weapon with those legs. 4.5 speed, good play faking, good ball handling, and he'll kill you. Talk about Dwayne Woods. He's a weapon in himself. And Brandon Dale picks up a major first down for the Spartans, and he had 154 yards rushing and passing against Curtis in a 20-19 win, so he's the total package as a quarterback.
First and 10. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line of Leesville. That's Porter, who's in there to spell Woods. He'll come in and carry the ball occasionally. Renee, he's an outstanding. You don't lose much when Keith Porter's in there and Dwayne Woods is taking a break on the bench.
Yeah, Keith Porter with 4.5 speed himself, and we're going to get into it's a nice story between him and his brother Kevin. But Keith Porter is really a heck of a defensive back, and when he does need to spell Woods for a blow or two, he does come in 4.5 speed, and he is an exceptional running back. Had it not been for Dwayne Woods, he would have probably been the starting running back.
Second down and 8. Woods back in there. He'll get the call, carrying the rock. Inside the 20, down to the 18. He'll be a couple yards shy of a first down. So it'll be third and, let's call it 2. Mike Lewis, second team all-district free safety for Leesville, making the stop.
You see Cecil Collins getting some instructions from the coaching staff of the Wampus Cats. That offensive front for Salmen, Gibson, Thompson, Captabas, Gilligan, and Shelley. An impressive group, not big, not only overly powerful, but work together as a unit like 5 fingers on a glove and really do an outstanding job.
Third and a long 1 or a short 2. Woods out of the triple I. Left-hand side. Stacked up, looks like short of the first down. Guess who? The leading tackler. He's everywhere. Mike Ron. 5'10", 185-pound senior, Greg Ron. I said Mike, it's the Mike linebacker position. Greg Ron playing that spot.
You know, Ron is the kind of guy, he's all district. He's being looked at as a linebacker by a number of schools. USL, Nichols State, Northwest Louisiana, Northeast, Louisiana Tech, and company have inquired about his services. But he's got a gut. He's a gutsy leader. He's only 5'10", 188. He may have to switch to a strong safety at the college level, but he's a sure tackler, very quick, and he's got a nose for the ball. He's the heart and soul of the Wampus Cat defense.
Bill Stubbs instructing Brandon Dale to move it on first down. That last play on closer inspection after the spot was enough for first down yardage, and with that first down carry, Salmen will have it 1st and 10 at the Leesville 16-yard line. The first quarter comes to a close. Bill Stubbs coaching in his second consecutive 4A state championship game.
Jerks. Wanna watch that? Hey! Nice stinking work.
Would you act like this at a high school game? If you were the only fan in the stands?
Nice way to play. That's beautiful.
Next time, pretend you are. You ever hear anyone talk about life like you gotta chew it up and spit it out? You gotta want it so bad you can taste it. You gotta be hungry. If so, Gatorade has one question for you. You want something to drink with that? Because you're gonna be thirsty. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
On first down, Brandon Dale keeps the ball running around the right-hand side. He'll be stopped short of the 18-yard line. It'll be second down.
You know, we talked about how good of an athlete he is. He compares favorably as an athlete to Alan Risher, who went on to play for the LSU Tigers and later for the Arizona Wranglers of the USFL, and of course the Green Bay Packers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but also David Smith, who's a wide receiver now for Northeast Louisiana.
Double wideouts left-hand side, slot left. Fake pitch left-hand side, Dale rolling, looking, tossing the ball wide open in the end zone, but incomplete. One hop to his intended receiver, Watson, who's unable to come up with the ball. Nice play as Watson was open, but just unable. Dale was unable to deliver it to him on time.
Well, the reason what happened there, he was rolling left. He's a right-handed thrower, and it was kind of tough to throw across the bow there. He couldn't plant and get any kind of momentum going in that direction. Watch, he's rolling left. This is not an easy throw to make. He's rolling, he's being pursued, he stops, his legs are crossed right there. He cannot step in the direction that which he's throwing, and he doesn't have much control and much spiral on the ball, and really that was the reason for that incompleted pass. But Brandon Dale, he's going to be a defensive back on the next level. Tulane and USL are recruiting him. He will play for LSU if they offer him a scholarship. His heart is purple and gold.
Third down and 10. The ball to Leesville, 18. Flags come out, and this will be a big penalty either way. Delay a game against Salmen. Ooh. So it's 3rd and 15 now instead of 3rd and 10. You're already thinking ahead if they should not convert. Patrick Green is an outstanding field goal kicker. However, at this point, it would be a 40-yard field goal, well within his range. Salmen is 2 for 2 on third down conversions. This is a big one. 3rd down and 15. 11-14 left until halftime. 7-0 Spartans over the Wampus Cats. Double wideouts on the near side. Slot left and right. Single wideout left-hand side. Motion left to right. Dale will keep it. Tuck it under. Carry the rock inside the 20. Down to the 19-yard line. A pickup of about 4. Certainly not enough for a first down. And into the ball game will trot the field goal unit of the Spartans.
And Brandon Dale isn't a weapon. He is a weapon. And when Dwayne Woods isn't carrying the ball, in all likelihood Brandon Dale will. He, over the season, running and passing, he had over 900 yards. That's a good shot at Coach Danny Smith.
a 37-yard field goal attempt from Patrick Green. Low snap, and it's bobbled and dropped. Bounding free, loose ball around the 33-yard line, and Leesville comes up with it, but it's not relevant because it was 4th down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wampus Cats, as it was an errant snap. And the holder for Salmen right there could not hold on to the ball.
That was Kevin Porter who dropped the ball. It was a low snap. It was a tough, it'd have been like picking up a scoop at shortstop, and Kevin Porter just couldn't find the handle on it. And now the Wampus Cats have new life at their own 33-yard line.
Collins absolutely nowhere to go. Stiffly met and driven backwards. Now he gets back up and continues to roll, but all that excitement for nothing. Edrin Smith hitting first.
In fact, what a tackle. I mean, he broke that tackle, and Edrin Smith is not chopped liver. You can see number 24 square up and put his helmet in the numbers right here. He's driving him back. How can you gain your balance? You got to be some strong individual to break that tackle. He breaks a tackle by Porter right there. Nearly another tackle. He breaks it. Just a strong runner, Cecil Collins.
Takes 4 and 5 white jerseys to bring him down. Play action pass. Green tosses the ball downfield, complete. Not quite 1st down yardage. Jerry Haynes pulling in the pass from quarterback Jason Green.
And that was Haynes' 12th catch of the season. He averages 12 yards every time he catches the ball. He doesn't have any touchdowns, but he's a steady receiver, runs a good route, runs a little out pattern, and the quarterback Green puts it right where it needs to be. Just a little tall, but at least Haynes pulls it in for close for a 1st down. It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
This is Collins territory. Up at the 41-yard line of Leesville. Collins, pitch right-hand side, struggling forward, picks up the 1st down, but barely. A strong side linebacker making the stop. It would appear they have enough for a 1st down, and yes, the chains will move, and each carry Cecil Collins gets, Renee, he churns closer to that 3,000-yard mark. According to the high school record book, the National High School Record Book, no Louisiana running back has ever run for 3,000 yards in a single season. So if he should eclipse 3,000 yards here tonight, it would be history in the making. Broken play as Green is forced to eat the ball. He'll actually turn something into something more as he crosses the 50 down to the 47-yard line. Edrin Smith finally making the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
And you know the thing about Jason Green, he makes a good play out of bad situations, and he's a strong kind of guy, a leader. He keeps a steady head in that huddle, and that's important for a good quarterback. But I'll tell you what, this team is really, I can see how they got to be where they are here in the Superdome in the 4A finals.
Collins going forward down to the 40-yard line. Edrin Smith making the stop, but Collins picks up the 1st down. Chains will move down to the 41-yard line of Salmen. Leesville has a nice drive going on.
So much is being said of Cecil Collins. He has 43 touchdowns this year, 99 in his career, over 7,000 yards he has during his Leesville career.
This time the up back, Roan, gets the call, and he'll skedaddle down to the 36-yard line. Gain of 5, it'll be 2nd and 5. Clock rolling, 7:30 left until halftime. 7-0 Salmen over Leesville in this 4A state championship.
0.9 yards every time he touches the ball. His specialty is linebacker, but he comes in and can help the offense. He jumps off the offense just a little bit, only 5'10", 185, 275 yards on the season.
Collins with the call, stiffly met at the line and driven backwards. Right there. Late flag comes streaming in. These two teams do not like each other. You can tell by that on the field. It's a very spirited game here thus far.
But you can cut the intensity and anxiety with a knife before the game down to the field. The excitement in the air for both of these teams. They're not used to losing, and one of these teams are going to go home with a loss after this game is over.
Following the play, personal foul against the offense. 15-yard penalty, third down.
Gerald, you could see at the end, when the play was completed, one of the Leesville players pushed a Salmen player who was on the pile, and that's what called for a flag. It was right within eye shot of the official. It was not a good play, and it cost his team very dearly.
As it'll be third and very long yardage, Renee. 3rd and 20. Green stands in the pocket, sets up, fires the ball downfield, incomplete. So it'll be 4th and very long. So after a promising drive, the Wampus Cats' efforts stall at their own 49.
Well, Thurman runs good routes. He just moved to Leesville for this season, this past summer, and he's an all-district second-team performer. He's got 4A speed, runs a good route, and Jason Green is throwing his passes just a little bit too tall. You see a happy fan right there, glad to be in the Superdome, doing his outstanding classic, the Superdome Classic.
Roan back to punt, put his foot into a end-over-end kick. That Porter will gather in at his own 16 as he turns the corner and carries a tackler with him for about 5 yards before he's very stiffly met on the play and dropped down. Roan, the punter, coming down to make that hit.
Yeah, Roan's everywhere. He carries the ball on offense, makes some plays on defense, and very heady performer. And as we said, he's got some feelers on the college level. He's not very big, but he uses the most of what he's got.
Right at the Salmen 30-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. You can see immediately after he punts the ball, Renee, he's running towards the ball carrier. He'll come into your picture again, number 22. Watch the hit. Boom.
Yeah, that was a collision right there.
Back to live action. Dale keeping it on the quarterback keeper. He's getting outside of the 35, breaking containment up to the 45-yard line, and finally hustled out of bounds up at the 46-yard line. A 15-yard pickup for senior quarterback Dale. Vernon Lee finally escorting him out of bounds.
Brandon Dale, he's really a weapon. He's overlooked because of Dwayne Woods, but with that 4.5 speed and with his athletic ability, he's really a force to be reckoned with. Shows good running ability, sense of his defender, cuts it outside and doesn't really break stride, shows a little bit of a stiff arm. You don't see that much in a quarterback very often.
64 yards rushing already for quarterback Brandon Dale. Dale calling for the ball, gives it to Woods. Woods met stiffly at the line and stopped. Cedric Clemens, strong side linebacker who has 10 sacks on the season, beating Mr. Woods there for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10, and each of the tailbacks that folks have come to see today, Renee, have yet to pop a big one.
You mentioned Cedric Collins just now. He's Cedric Clemens, I should say. He's the strongest member of this team. He's the state powerlifting champion. Bench presses in excess of 400 pounds. You don't want to run into number 35 very often.
Mix up in the backfield. Dale is forced to eat it, and what a power play. Clemens again. That's a power lifting play for you right there. A 10-yard loss.
He buried Brandon Dale just now. He's very, very strong. He came shooting through a gap right here. You're going to see 35 coming to you, and Brandon Dale was going in the opposite direction. Cedric Clemens, 5'11", 215, all-district second-team performer. Boy, I tell you what, he's quite a linebacker.
It's what it's like to be driving a Volkswagen stopped on a train track and having a freight train bearing down on you. That's what Brandon Dale felt as he looked up and saw Clemens bearing down on him. Motion right to left. Dale hands to Woods, the deep back. He's got a crease. So across midfield, pulling tacklers with him. Gets very close to the 1st down. An outstanding second effort by Dwayne Woods on 3rd down and long. Mike Lewis, the free safety, finally has to haul him down, and it appears that Woods has garnered enough for 1st down. An 18-yard pickup.
Dwayne Woods, for his 185-pound program weight. He's got good speed, as we talked about, good vision, but he explodes into a tackle. He'll break a tackle. That's a good tackle to break away from right there, head around a helmet, collects himself, his thoughts, and moves on down the field.
Woods getting the call, nowhere to go this time. Roan making the stop. Woods is one of those situational runners as well, Renee, that when he needs that yardage, when the buck's on the line and you need him to pick up a big chunk of yardage for a first down or for a touchdown, that's when he's running his best.
Well, he's one of these guys that smells the end zone. You know, when he needs that tough yards, he's the guy who wants the ball in his hands, and Dwayne Woods is already a great running back. He'll be an even better one as a senior in '96.
Dale rolling left, looking for someone to throw to, will pop the ball downfield in and out of the hands of his tight end, Tyrone Roberts, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
And tight end crossing pattern should have had that ball, and Brandon Dale made a very difficult throw here, rolling left. Again, throwing on the run. He's got to kind of thread the needle right here, right between two defenders. Hits him right in stride. Should have caught that ball, but just couldn't find the handle in his incomplete pass, stopping the clock with 3:28 as Salmen leads 7-0.
First state title appearance for these Leesville Wampus Cats. 2nd consecutive appearance for the Salmen Spartans. Dale beneath center, 5-step drop, stands in the pocket. Tosses the ball downfield and complete to Watson inside the 31-yard line, enough for a first down. Emmerich Watson, the senior flanker, coming up with a big reception from quarterback Brandon Dale, and the chains will move.
And Emmerich running a crossing pattern, only 5'8", 150. He gets the most out of his size. Kind of a tough catch right here. He catches it as he's going down, hits the turf, gets the first down at the 31-yard line. And there's Coach Billy Stubbs analyzing the situation, and Salmen with a pretty good drive going right here.
Running formation, 2 tight ends in the ball game. Woods will get it, keep it on the near side, and turn down to the 22-yard line. Flag has come down on the play. Cedric Clemens making the stop. And the infraction will be against Salmen.
As Dwayne Woods, 10 totes, 35 yards. He has yet to break the plane of the end zone. But Brandon Dale handing off to Woods, skirts around the right side. You see as he cuts. Tell you what, the only other person I knew had the ability to cut on the run like that and make good moves was Dalton Hilliard. And he had a pretty good career, didn't he?
One of the Wampus Cat players down around the 19-yard line being attended to. That's Vernon Lee, the cornerback. He's up under his own power. He'll come off to the
replay first down
sideline with a little assistance.
Might be a cramp. Vernon Lee, they can ill afford to lose him. He's the best cover guy they have. He's got 3 interceptions on the season, but more importantly, he's got 8. He's one of the best kickoff and punt return specialists for the Wampus Cats.
Tony Martin into the game for him. Dale will look. He's being hurried, throws the ball away, incomplete. Nice defensive pressure that time by number 41, Mike Lewis. Downfield, covering on that play, and also Darian Davis, the right tackle, hurrying Brandon Dale.
Wampus Cat defense with 5 all-district performers on their defense. That's not bad. 5 out of 11.
Second down at about 15 for Salmen. They're at their 36-yard line of the Wampus Cats. Wideouts left and right, the tight end left-hand side. Dale wants the pass. Outlet pass, overthrow, Woods in the flat. 3rd down.
And Brandon Dale wish he could take that back, but he's feeling a lot of pressure from the Leesville defense, and he is a good player. The problem you have as a defense with Dale is when you flush him out of the pocket, he can kill you either running or he can throw on the run, as evidenced by some nice throws he's made in the first quarter or so here. 2 minutes and with 37 seconds remaining before the halftime break. And Leesville down 7-0 to the Salmen Spartans, the defending 4A champions.
Salmen 2 of 2 on third down conversions. Woods on the delay, turning forward, but not close enough for a first down, and he's slow to get up. You can see he's grabbing his right leg. Pop up like a right knee. Back as durable as Woods. This is what it's like to play through discomforts and sort of the natural aches and pains that comes with taking the pounding of over 300 carries in a 10-game season, 10-game regular season, and a 4-game playoff. Salmen will spend a timeout to talk about it on 4th down and 6. Spartans on top of the Wampus Cats, 7-0, 2:18 left until halftime.
So what's it going to be, Dion? Football or baseball?
Both, boss.
Both?
Both.
Offense or defense?
Both.
Both?
Both.
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 Pizza Hut.
Meat lovers or stuffed crust pizza?
Both.
Both? Both.
Want it all? Now Pizza Hut offers our Lovers Line toppings. Meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, or supreme. Piled high in a stuffed crust pizza.
So what'll it be, Dion? 15, 20 million?
Both.
Both. You'll love the stuff we're made of.
Some people take car shopping pretty seriously. They come to McRae Auto Plaza because they've heard about the deals. Naturally, they want to see that for themselves. They want a salesman who's honest. And a service department that passes the toughest inspection, even computer diagnostics. Maybe that's why so many of our customers are people who demand a dealership that's perfect. Well, almost perfect. We like that. Because it's customers like ours who make McRae Auto Plaza the best in the business.
Go Cats, says the faithful from Leesville, and they're employing their defense here on 4th and 6 as the Salmen Spartans invade the Leesville 26-yard line. Dale, quarterback keeper, far sideline. He's close to the first down stick and appears to have picked it up. A little too much Brandon Dale. Not enough defensive pursuit, and the chains will move. 1st and 10 for the Salmen Spartans.
He was brought to the surface by Robert Robertson, a free safety. And Robert Robertson, he does a good job out there, covers a lot of the field from his free safety position. He takes a lot of hitters, but really, the way when Brandon Dale rolls out, you cannot release your receiver, and so that puts a lot of pressure on those defensive backs and cornermen.
Dale, 7 carries, 64 yards on the evening. Flags come out and stop this play. This drive starting all the way back at the Salmen 30 with 6:22 left, so it's expired over 4.5 minutes to this point. Line of scrimmage is at the Leesville 20-yard line. Larry DeGate will inform us of the penalty against Salmen.
Dead ball foul. False start against the offense.
No way.
First down.
Now you have to stay. Okay,
So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Spartan offense, trying to complete their 2nd consecutive undefeated season, winners of 25 games in a row. Last week, Salmen jumping out to a quick 21-0 advantage over Wassman, and then hung on in the second half, scoring all of their touchdowns in the first half. Dale rolling around the right-hand side, tossing the ball downfield, complete to Roberts. He's all the way down to the 10-yard line. The big tight end motoring down. He'll be close to another first down, about a yard short. Salmen has 2 tight ends. The clock spinning now with 1:13 left until halftime. And it will be 2nd down and less than a yard.
And that's his 2nd catch of the evening, a 6-foot, 200-pound tight end, Tyrone Roberts. And Brandon Dale rolling out. They have to respect his running ability. Takes a little shot there from Clarence Jones, but completes the pass to Roberts.
Woods with the carry, nowhere to go. He'll be dropped short, possibly losing a yard, and Salmen will be forced to spend a timeout. Robinson on that stop. 53 seconds left until halftime. Salmen on top of Leesville in this 4A state championship game, 7-0. There you see Brandon Dale, his numbers, 3 of 7, 35 yards and no touchdowns. He's not necessarily a throwing quarterback. One of his best performances, Renee, as you mentioned, came in the quarterfinals against John Curtis. 6 of 11, 90 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Let's take a timeout and we'll come back and see how Salmen solves the 3rd down in short yardage situation against Leesville.
Hi, I'm Steve Court. The NFL on ESPN is getting down to the money games, but not the playoffs. Most pros take a pay cut to go to the playoffs. I'm talking about the last half of the season where the incentive clauses kick in. Sacks, yards gained, interceptions. Every one of them means more bucks. So, Sunday's Gladiators are playing extra hard on ESPN. I could have used this against Howie Long. Tune in to ESPN at 7 on Cox Channel 38. And don't forget the pregame shows either.
7-0. A happy fan enjoying this 4A state final. 3rd and less than a yard. The triple I being implored by the Salmen offense. Woods, the deep back, gets it, surges forward, picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
That defense is really crashing down, led by Carter West and Darian Davis. Give it to Dwayne Woods over the right guard. See, he alters where he was going. Roan made him cut it back a little bit more. He wanted to go wider than he did go, but Roan, filling the hole, cut it back.
Dale sprints out on the left-hand side, looks to throw into the end zone, incomplete. Antonio Robinson had it right off the fingertips until halftime.
That'd have been a tough catch, but it's a catchable catch, and you know, it's the kind of you have to make in the championship games, and it's the end of the end zone, and it would have been a tough catch to make, but he gets another chance. Perhaps he'll pull it down.
Let's take another look at it. But you got to respect quarterback Dale when he rolls out that he's got the possibility to run. That freezes the linebackers, lets a guy like Robinson get open in the back of the end zone. Back to live action. Woods on the left-hand side makes it down to the 5 and not much more. Clock spinning, 26 seconds left until halftime.
See Dwayne Woods coming back pretty as timeouts called with 22 ticks to go before the halftime break.
That's Salmen's last timeout. It's 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. We'll take the timeout and come back and see how this first half winds up.
I know a place, a wide open range, where the spirit's free to roam. When Dixie How's away of the West, when Dixie.
Welcome back to the Louisiana Superdome. Panoramic view of one of the world's finest stadiums. Hard to believe that the stadium's 20 years old and still serving the needs of the NFL franchise here, sporting-wise, and of course the many basketball games that come in here and the many conventions and Sugar Bowl, of course, as well, and all the different events the Superdome sponsors in the course of the year, including the Louisiana State Championship. 15th year the Classic is held here. You're viewing the 4A State Championship game. Salmen with the ball on the 17th play of this current drive. 3rd down and goal from the 6. Triple I Woods with room to work at the 5, turning closer to the end zone. Stopped at the 2. Now they have no timeouts left, and there's 14 seconds left in the ball game. So very quickly, it's 4th down, so they have to give it a shot to the end zone. 5 seconds left. Dale gives it to Woods. Officials stop this one before it can go. Leesville took a timeout. That's very odd. Leesville stopping the clock with 3 seconds to go. Now Salmen will have an opportunity to set up and plan an offensive play.
Well, that may change the strategy a little bit now. Salmen was going to go for the touchdown. They may go for the field goal now, and that may change the strategy a little bit. That's not If you think in retrospect, it's really not a bad timeout to call now in Leesville. Maybe the thinking was they may go for the touchdown. It's a 50-50 shot they may score. Now we may force them to go for a field goal. And if we give up the 3 points, that's not as bad as if they would have gotten a touchdown. So that's just rolling the dice. I guess it's decision had to be made quickly, and Leesville made the call.
Yeah, field goal from this distance, almost an afterthought from Patrick Green to certainly put it in.
But you'd rather give up 3 than 6.
Absolutely. Especially with the way that Collins has been contained in this first half. He's yet to pick up the magic 3,000 mark on the season.
And they're going to go for it, so scratch my strategy.
That's why you're up here.
I tell you.
Okay, here we go. Fourth and goal. Triple I. Woods calling for the ball. Play action pass, tossing the ball in the end zone. Touchdown, Salmen! Christopher Green, his second receiving touchdown of the season. The fullback pulling the ball in for a huge Salmen Spartan score with no time left in the first half, and the Wampus Cats cannot believe it.
And that's the son of the coach, Billy Stubbs, Chris Green, and he runs a little pattern that makes him wide open in the end zone. And I tell you, in the corner of the end zone, and Chris Green, Brandon Dale threw it right where it needed to be thrown, in stride. And as you mentioned, the Salmen Spartans jump out 13-0.
Green in to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Porter. Good snap, good hold, and it's blocked. Coming through for that block. So the score remains 13-0. Salmen Spartans over the Leesville Wampus Cats. Let's take another look at the touchdown here, Renee.
Brandon Dale hits him in the corner of the end zone, and a real good throw right where it needs to be thrown, in the outstretched hands of Sherman Jones. But Brandon Dale, they're looking, look, they're all coming up. Dwayne Woods, he attracted so much attention. In the other corner, there was another wide open receiver, but he hit Green for the touchdown. The extra point was not successful. Now, at halftime, the Spartans lead 13-0.
And I would hazard to guess that that play action pass right there was not the play they had called if Leesville hadn't taken the timeout.
The play they had called, it was going to Dwayne Woods.
Let's take the timeout for halftime. Enjoy the halftime celebration with Salmen on top of Leesville, 13-0 in this 4A state championship game.
Mr. Trey Gonsalves and assistant Ruth Blair. Representing Vernon Parish, Leesville, Fort Polk, the spirit of the Leesville High School Wampus Cats student body and fans. Please give a warm Superdome welcome to the Leesville High School Marching Band. Introducing the sound of tomorrow. Grissom will perform from the Leesville High School dance line. Here's a final score once again from the 1AA National Semifinals. Marshall University 25, McNeese State University 14.
Abita Springs Water, your local bottled water company, is proud to offer the Home Team Special. Become a new Abita Springs customer and get your first 10 5-gallon bottles at half price. More quality, more service, more for less. More reasons to switch to the Home Team. Abita Springs Water, more water per gallon.
Some people take car shopping pretty seriously. They come to McRae Auto Plaza because they've heard about the deals. Naturally, they want to see that for themselves. They want a dealer who's honest. And a service department that's up to the minute, accurate and fast. Maybe that's why so many of our customers are people who demand a dealership that's perfect. Well, almost perfect. We like that because it's customers like ours who make McRae Auto Plaza the best in the business.
The high school 4A state championship second half action right around the corner. Salmen with a 13-0 lead over Leesville at the half. Gerald Duhon along with Renee Nato one more time. And Renee, it's been a tale so far this half of the Salmen persistence, having a touchdown, recovering a fumble in the end zone. That's been the only time.
And both running backs we've talked about have been noticeably solid, but Brandon Dale, the quarterback, 66 yards on the ground, 4 out of 9, 39 yards passing. He's been the major weapon for the Salmen Spartans.
Looking at some of those halftime stats, rushing yardage, 35 for Salmen. Leesville, 129. Passing yardage, 38 for Salmen, only 7 for Leesville. Total yardage, 136 to 73. First downs, 10-3 in favor of Salmen. Time of possession, Salmen has a 3-minute bulge there. And one of the notes, Renee, about this, Cecil Collins, the outstanding running back for Leesville, he's still 3 yards shy of that elusive 3,000 barrier. I don't think Cecil Collins has had too many games where he's been held to only 30 yards rushing in a single half this season.
Well, you keep in mind, too, the Salmen Spartans are only allowing their opponents 77 yards total offense per game. So they're on course right now to hold Cecil Collins far below what he's averaging each game.
Second half kickoff, Renee, right around the corner. We'll be back to take you there as well. The 4A state championship here from the Louisiana Superdome.
Team is on the field, our medics will be there, just in case. Every weekend, we'll be standing by at 100 high school and college football games. Acadian Ambulance and Air Med Services, looking after the ones you love.
As an employee-owned company, every day we are acquiring ownership in Acadian Ambulance. And every day we work harder to make the service even better.
We all try to do more than the job requires.
Because it's our company and our community.
And we want to give our best to both.
We're grateful for the opportunity to serve.
And for the acceptance the people we serve have given us.
Teaching community services is a big part of our business. We appreciate you entrusting your family to ours.
Welcome back to the Dome. Almost ready for the kickoff as Salmen will be receiving the second half kick, a dribbler. It'll be taken by an upback at the 25, crossing the 40 up to the 42-yard line. Salmen will put it in play, 1st and 10. And Renee, right before that break, I mentioned that there's only been one touchdown, a fumble recovery in the end zone. How could I forget the big play with no time left on the clock in the second half? A green 3-yard reception from quarterback Brandon Dale to make the margin a 13-point Spartan advantage.
And keep in mind, they missed that extra point. That could come back to haunt them, 13-0, as the Spartans hold that lead as we begin the second half of the 4A finals.
Brandon Dale, your quarterback. He'll hand it to tailback Dwayne Woods. Dancing across the 45, up close to the 46. It'll be a gain of 3. Closer inspection, they'll spot it at the 45, so it'll be 2nd down and 7. Bill Stubbs, the Metro Coach of the Year, You're looking at him right there. His 8-year record, 83-24 at the North Shore School. It used to be on the North Shore. They'd talk about Slidell and Covington and Vanderbilt. Now they talk about the Salmen Spartans, young and old. Dale, deep drop and handoff to Woods, who will puncture midfield and make it down to the 49, just shy of the first down marker. Darian Davis, the right tackle, making the stop for the Wampus Cats. There's a good look at Danny Smith. Won a state championship with Crowley back in 1989, so he's no stranger to the Dome, no stranger to state championship material. His 5-year record, 31-25. He coaches what many feel is the best running back in the state, Cecil Collins. On 3rd and short, quarterback Dale keeps it surging straight ahead and appears to have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
Runs behind John Capdevos, that center, 5'10", 230 pounds. And you always get some good running behind him. He's a very cerebral guy, 3.8 GPA, and he kind of pulls that line together from his center position. Number 68, John Capdevos.
Sounds like a summary of my high school career. Great athletic achievements and academic accolades as well. Fake toss sweep. Dale will keep it. The dangerous runner trying to get outside, and does. Forced out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Vernon Lee coming up to support the run. And it'll be second down.
He must have wrote that book, Midsummer Night's Dream.
I had a lot of those, trust me. Brandon Dale has been the outstanding running back for Salmen, 71 yards.
He's exceeded Woods, only 61 yards. Dale with 71 now, so he's been the primary foot soldier for the Spartans.
Second down and 6. Dale will try it again. And he'll be dropped short of the first down marker. Cedric Clemens coming up. Last week, this Wampus Cat defense holding Bro Bridge to 1 first down and 31 yards in the second half. So they really came through last week in the second half in that 28-13 semifinal win. Conversely, the Spartan offense died last week in the second half. They turned the game over to their defense after 3 first-half touchdowns, the last coming on a nice punt return of 85 yards by Keith Porter. The Salmen offense closed down. We'll see if that trend continues this week. 3rd down and 2. Woods, he finds a hole. He's got the first down and more. No one's going to touch him. Woods into the end zone for a touchdown, a 38-yard touchdown scamper. Dwayne Woods starts the second half off in style for the Salmen Spartans.
And that should give him 99 yards on the game, if I'm not mistaken. Or if it is, he's practically right over the century mark. But what a good move. Good vision here. Good stop and go. Good cutting on a dime, as they say. And he just sprints to the hone, and he just outruns the defenders. You're not going to catch Dwayne Woods with that 4.3 speed. And he scores another touchdown. And 19-0. The Salmen Spartans take a massive lead with an extra point upcoming.
Green out of the hold of Porter. Ball is up and no good. Off to the right. So the Spartans having their trouble with point after the touchdown. It's 19-0. Salmen over Leesville.
You moron!
Fanatic.
You stink! Yeah, 41, you stink! Ref, you're an idiot! Boo! Boo! Kid, you're a moron!
Fan.
Defense, out of way. They're looking good. Teamwork. Take a shot. Yeah!
Be a fan, not a fanatic.
Some people take car shopping pretty seriously. They come to McRae Auto Plaza because they've heard about the deals. Naturally, they want to see that for themselves. They want a salesman who's honest. And a service department that passes the toughest inspection, even computer diagnostics. Maybe that's why so many of our customers are people who demand a dealership that's perfect. Well, almost perfect. We like that. Because it's customers like ours who make McRae Auto Plaza the best in the business.
Salmen getting on the board quickly, Renee, to start the second half.
Took him 6 plays to march 58 yards, consuming 3 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock. The final play, a 38-yard jaunt by Dwayne Woods. The extra point, no good. 19-0 Salmen over the Wampus Cats.
Collins with the kickoff return, and he's got some daylight. Look at the strength that he has. Dragging tacklers all the way up to the 44-yard line. An outstanding return by Cecil Collins. Let's look at the Dwayne Woods touchdown, Renee, in the previous play.
Good vision, quick feet. You see he's moving as his feet are going in different directions. Great cut right there. Kind of tough to get a shot at him. And he's gliding. Doesn't look like he's moving fast, but trust me, folks, he's with that 4.3 speed, he is a glider, and you're not going to catch him from behind. Dwayne Woods with a 38-yard run puts the Spartans up 19-0. Has a good shot at Cecil Collins.
Collins in need of 3 yards to break the 3,000-yard barrier. He bounces it outside, looking for those 3 yards, and will not get it. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And, you know, one more thing on the Woods touchdown run, Renee, and that is it was 3rd down and short, so a lot of the linebackers were cheating up on the line of scrimmage, and once Woods was able to break that containment and get past the initial backers, he was off to the races. We mentioned in the first half, we didn't see Collins nor Woods pop a big one, and Woods was the first to do it. And that helped Salmen to this 3-touchdown advantage.
This is a long way from being over with, and I'm sure they're not going to keep Cecil Collins in check for very long.
Play action pass. Green, the quarterback, wants the pass. Tosses the ball, intercepted. Coming back the other way by Porter. He fumbles it and falls right back on it. Reading the eyes of quarterback Jason Green as Porter dropped out into the flat, came up with the interception, and back on the field will come the Salmen offense. There is a flag down, however. Let's read it. A little indecision for both teams right now as both offense and defensive units of both squads are going back and forth between in and out of the playing field. Here's the interception once again. Fantastic play by Kevin Porter.
Following the interception, flipping on the return against Salmen. 1st down Salmen, following the 15-yard penalty.
That was an interception by Kevin Porter. Let me tell you quickly about Kevin Porter. He is the twin brother of Keith Porter, number 5. Kevin Porter has Hodgkin's disease. He's in remission. He's received chemotherapy that ceased in the 4th game of the season. And what a tremendous inspiration and story he has been to his Spartan teammates. Kevin Porter, he's a hitter and a true football Spartan in every sense of the word.
1st and 10. Dale toss sweep to Dwayne Woods. Woods will lose a yard right up to the 40-yard line. Greg Roan making the stop. If I'm not mistaken, of course, the fantastic celebration that ensued here last year when Salmen was finally able to hold off John Curtis and take their first state championship by the score of 12-7, not long after Coach Bill Stubbs and the rest of his staff found out about Kevin Porter and his condition, and that was really a sobering reminder that football is but a game and there's so much more to life. But as you said, Kevin Porter, just a Spartan in the true sense of the word, really an inspiration to his teammates. Deep handoff to Woods. He's got some room. Look at him maneuver across midfield, dragging tacklers down to the 45-yard line. There's Dwayne Woods.
And he's over the century mark now. You can bet on that. There's no doubt about it. And Dwayne Woods is just, he looks like just when you think you have him all bottled up, he's got those flying feet. Seems like he has wings on his feet, and he just hits the sideline so quickly. Makes the cut on a dime. And Dwayne Woods, really, you just can't get a shot at him. 113 yards for Dwayne Woods, dragging tacklers behind him. And I tell you, he is the whole package.
Woods again, right side. He'll gain maybe 1. Only a junior. He was running like this last year, Renee, as a sophomore. He's going to be something extra special next year. Robert Robinson making the stop. Of course, he's something special this year, but the recruiters will think doubly wise next year as they'll be beating a path to his door to entice him to come to their respected universities.
18 totes, 113 yards, and he's already done an excellent job, and still 6 minutes remaining here in the 3rd stanza.
The outstanding offensive player of the metropolitan New Orleans area. Dwayne Woods. Dale tossing the ball downfield, complete to Roberts, the big tight end, lumbering down to the 20-yard line, and it's another first down. A 24-yard pop.
And Brandon Dale really threaded the needle, rolling right, throwing between defenders, as you see him talking to offensive coordinator Tiger Edwards. And you see Brandon Dale right here, breaking containment, rolling out right. He spots his receiver. Tough throw right here between hands and arms. Hits his receiver, Tyrone Robertson, tight end. And he rambles down near the 20-yard line. In fact, it's just touching the 20-yard line. So good field position for the Spartans.
Clock rolling, 5:40 left in the third quarter, 19-0 Salmen. They want more. Woods with the carry. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and not much more before Robert Robinson, flying up from his safety spot, makes the stop. And Robinson is slow to get up after the tackle. He's laying at about the 20-yard line.
Should be an injury timeout.
19-0. Spartans on top of the Cats, threatening for another.
Hi, I'm Steve Court. The NFL on ESPN is getting down to the money games. I'm talking about the last half of the season where the incentive clauses kick in. Sacks, yards gained, every one of them means more bucks. Tune in to ESPN at 7 on Cox, Channel 38.
Who that got the lowdown on the black and gold? Who that? Saint Sideline!
Watch Saint Sideline, brought to you by Lennox, Louisiana Gas Service Company, and Pawpaw's Capper City.
Who that tells you straight about the Saints? Who that? Saint Sideline!
For all the Saints action on and off the field, it's Saint Sideline, Monday night at 6:30 on WGNO 26.
Woods on 2nd and 9 gets the call, crashing down to the 18-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Greg Ron, the leading tackler, all-district selection, making the stop. Lou Drotti helping out. 3rd down and 8 for Salmen.
And off to Woods, just a straight-ahead handoff here, just trying to make something happen. They give it to him 7 yards deep in the backfield to give him room to maneuver and let him take advantage of that great field of vision.
Reverse, Porter going back the other way, out of the hand of Woods. Porter turning the corner, picks up the first down. All the way down to the 5-yard line. Keith Porter, nicely executed. Mike Lewis finally stops him, but not before Keith Porter picks up 13 yards and a Spartan first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5.
Yeah, they employ him at a wideout, and he comes around from the, you recognize that face, no? Comes around from the wide receiver position and picks up a very important first down, 13-yard pickup by Porter, and now it puts the Salmen Spartans in great field position, knocking at the door right outside the 5-yard line. A lot of time left, 4 minutes and some change here to go in the third quarter.
Triple I. Woods gets the call, operating at the 5 and wrestled down at the 4. Lou Drotti on the bottom of that pile from his strong end spot, a 6'2", 190-pound junior. Second and goal. Dale wants the pass, tossing the ball for the end zone. Touchdown! Robinson with the reception. Brandon Dale with the play fake, rolling against the grain of his... The tight end in the corner of the end zone, and it's a 4-touchdown bulge for the Salmen Spartans here late in the third quarter.
Brandon Dale setting up, throwing on the run, hits Antonio Robinson, and he kind of redeems himself. If you recall, in the first half, he had a potential touchdown pass bounce off his hands, but now he has another opportunity and capitalizes on it, makes the most of it, and now the Spartans' lead increases to 25-0 with the extra point upcoming.
They will go for 2. Try to make it a 27-point advantage. Motion right to left. Leaves 2 backs in the backfield. Now motion again. That's Woods, single back in the backfield. It's a pass to Woods, incomplete. Two-point conversion is no good. 3:33 left in the third quarter. The Spartans dominating the Wampus Cats 25-0 here at the 4A state finals.
When these guys meet the competition, teamwork and communications are the keys to a winning game plan. For reliable communications, these teams depend on Tamba Communications, the authorized Motorola dealer for the New Orleans area. Tamba features the latest Motorola two-way radio technology, like the new Visor that fits in the palm of your hand, yet is more powerful than two-way radios twice its size. When your winning game plan requires reliable communications, call Tamba, the communications team you can depend on.
Some people take car shopping pretty seriously. They come about the deals. Naturally, they want to see that for themselves. They want a salesman who's honest. And a service department that passes the toughest inspection, even computer diagnostics. Maybe that's why so many of our customers are people who demand a dealership that's perfect. Well, almost perfect. We like that. Because it's customers like ours who make McRae Auto Plaza the best in the business.
25-0. The Salmen Spartans, Renee, scoring on their last 3 consecutive possessions dating back to the last play of the first half.
And this was a rollout. Brandon Dale rolling right, looking for the tight end. Robinson hits him in stride right here in near the end zone. Threw it right where it needed to be thrown, and Robinson gets in to the end zone for a score.
This is Collins returning the ensuing kickoff. Back to live action, and he's wrestled down at the 30-yard line. Every time he touches the ball, there's a myriad of white jerseys around him. He may get his 3,000 here tonight, but he's going to pay for it, as he has all first half and a good portion here of the second half as well. He's yet to rush for a single yard in the second half, still 3 yards short of the 3,000-yard plateau. There's the Salmen scoring drive. As you can see, 9 plays, 39 yards, took 4:25 off the clock for the 25-0 score that we have here.
And right now, Cecil Collins is not in the lineup. He is taking a seat on the bench, or at least talking to the coach. Perhaps has probably received a minor injury of some game, so he will not get 3,000 yards, at least for this play.
Hand off to the first back through the fullback, and he's got a gaping hole, does Ryan Buckner. He'll crash up close to the first down marker. Collins trotting back into the ball game. And it is a first down pickup for Ryan Buckner, the senior fullback.
Buckner, he's a pretty good ball carrier himself. He knows what to do when he gets in the open. 339 yards on the season, 5.2 yards per carry average, 2 touchdowns. Very persistent, lots of heart, do whatever he needs to do. Most of the time he spends blocking for his running mate, Cecil Collins.
That was Buckner's first carry of the game. Collins will try it across the 35 up close to the 40, and that may be the 3,000-yard mark. Chris Brindle making the stop.
So we're not really sure if he has the 3,000. We have to check on the official.
He is 3 yards away, according to our crack statistical crew, headed by Walter Southern. So it's second down and 3 for Leesville. Hand off to the first back through. Roan. He will be stood up and driven back. Second down and 3 will become third down and 3. The ball spotted at the Leesville 38-yard line.
You know, Cecil Collins averaging 7.9 yards every time he touches the ball. He's averaging 212 yards a game, and this game is far below his average. So this is not something he experiences. He's not used to experiencing. Cecil Collins. He's going to probably get his 3,000 yards, but he may wind up far below his 212 yards per game average.
Collins, right side, he's got 3,000 and then some. He crosses midfield down to the 48-yard line, picking up a first down for Leesville, and that is going into the record books. According to the National High School Record Book, he is the first Louisiana running back to rush for 3,000 yards in a single season. Cecil Collins. Remember the name.
Think of all the great running backs that have played in Louisiana, and he's done something none of those have ever done.
First and 10. Green wants the pass, tosses the ball, complete on the play, and wrestled down is Burns, and he'll gain 5. For instance, you talk about some of the great running backs. The great Billy Cannon played a 13-game schedule in his senior season. Leesville, this is their 15th game. Cannon, almost 1,700 yards, 1,689 and 229 points. For Collins, he's over 3,000, and he's amassed 268 points. Collins again, across the 40, down to the 39. Probably when you're looking at Collins, the most obscene stat is the 40 touchdown total that he has rushed for. He has also caught a touchdown, but 40 touchdowns, that's incredible.
Well, you know, someone asked him the other night about going to a school that already has an established running back. LSU, Texas A&M, Nebraska, Arkansas, and Texas are some of his choices. Every one of those schools has a premier feature running back. He says, they may be starting until I get there. As a confident kind of guy, that's one on your roster.
End of the third quarter, 25-0 Spartans. We'll take a timeout and come back with the final quarter.
When these guys meet the competition, teamwork and communications are the keys to a winning game plan. For reliable communications, these teams depend on Tamba Communications, the authorized Motorola dealer for the New Orleans area. Tamba features the latest Motorola two-way radio technology, like the new Visor that fits in the palm of your hand, yet is more powerful than two-way radios twice its size. When your winning game plan requires reliable communications, call Tamba, the communications team you can depend on.
Some people take car shopping pretty seriously. They come to McRae Auto Plaza because they've heard about the deals. Naturally, they want to see that for themselves. They want a salesman who's honest. And a service department that passes the toughest inspection, even computer diagnostics. Maybe that's why so many of our customers are people who demand a dealership that's perfect. Well, almost perfect. We like that. Because it's customers like ours who make McRae Auto Plaza the best in the business.
On third down and less than a yard, Cecil Collins asserts himself for a first down pickup. It'll be first and 10. Wampus Cats down at the Spartan 32.
He ran out of his shoe. He was put such a move on. He ran right out of his shoe, but straps the laces back on and you ready to go? As we begin the fourth and final stanza in the 4A championship.
Green beneath center. 3-step drop. Toss the ball, complete on the run. At the 20 is Haynes down to the 16-yard line. Nice and Green. A 16-yard completion. Jerry Haynes running after the catch. You'll see the replay right here coming right at you.
Yes, number 8, Haynes, made a good catch. His 13th catch of the season. Puts a good move on Bubba Hotard, number 40 of the Salmen Spartans. And Haynes gets down to first down territory deep near the 15-yard line of Salmen.
Collins, left side. Look at the speed. Down to the 6-yard line before he's finally trustled out of bounds by Bubba Hotard. It'll be a quick pickup of 9. 2nd and 1.
Cecil Collins, this is a guy who attacks the defensive player. He brings it on. When he brings it, I tell you what, he hits you like a defensive player would hit an offensive running back, but he really brings it on. And Bubba Hotard kind of gets back a little bit, makes the tackle there near the sidelines, and he's exceeded the 3,000-yard mark, and you'll hear a lot more from number 32, Cecil Collins, before his playing career is over. You may see him on Sunday afternoons in the next few years right here in the Superdome. Who knows?
First down on closer inspection. Collins picks it up. But give the Salmen defense their credit, Renee. He has not had the kind of game that he has had all year long. All season, he's got 62 yards in this contest, and he has averaged well over 200 during the season. First and goal for Leesville, which is mounting a nice drive of their own. Down to the Spartan 6. Collins trying to string it out. Well defensed by Salmen. He'll lose to Keith Porter, playing the run stiffly from his free safety spot. That's why he's an all-Metro defensive selection.
Look at all those defensive players. They string it out. Look, they're skating to the side. He's joined by Crawford, number 33, and number 15. They're all just skating to the ball and find the ball and make the stop. Just an excellent defensive effort. I tell you, you'd have to be hard-pressed to find a better defense than the Spartans.
Three-step drop, tossing the ball incomplete right at the goal line. Intended receiver on that play, Burrell.
Xavier Burrell, let me tell you about Xavier Burrell. He came to Leesville from Germany, where he served as a quarterback, so he knew football before he came here. Just arrived this past year. Good hands, good speed, 4.6 in the 40. So on a little bit of a note, Xavier Burrell from Germany. They don't come much further than that, do they?
I didn't know they even played football in Germany.
Oh, he did. He was a quarterback in Germany.
Does he speak German? Did you find that out?
Didn't talk to him.
Third down and goal. Green rolls, tosses, in and out of the hands. Down with the ball. Ouch. Man almighty.
Greg Burns will be replaying that in his mind for some time. He's only a sophomore, but he'll get another opportunity. See the quarterback Green rolling out, cocking and firing as he takes a shot from Ernie Moore, defensive lineman. And it should have been caught perhaps, but he did get pressure and maybe did not have the time to throw like he wanted to. But Jason Green, the quarterback, stopping and planting throwing right here across the bow. Kind of tough catch to make, kind of high out of the way.
Down by 25 on 4th and goal. You need to score here. Leesville will go for it. Green under pressure, sacked. Drop back at the 16-yard line. Porter pouring through. A toast to Kevin Porter. If you are a Salmen Spartan fan, it'll be 1st and 10 for Leesville. For Salmen at their own 16 after their defense bends but does not break.
Strong safety blitz by Kevin Porter, and he really brings it on and puts the heat on Jason Green and stops him deep in the backfield. And as you mentioned, Salmen will gain possession on downs. Jason Green looking. He was going to turn and run, but could not because of the pursuit of Kevin Porter.
On 1st down, Woods gets the carry, crosses the 20 up to the 22-yard line. Clemens making the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Some of the Leesville entourage making the trip down to New Orleans in the Superdome, trying to spur their Wampus Cats on. Dale will keep it straight into the line, no gain. Cedric Clemens making the stop. In case you're wondering, Leesville has not been shut out all season. As we mentioned, they lost but once at Sulphur in week 3 of the season, way back on September the 15th. That was a 2014 margin right there. It's a good look at Cedric Collins.
Greg Roan is limping off the, well, he's unassisted, but he's heading to the sidelines. And Cecil Collins, what a tremendous athlete he is. And he'll be playing somewhere. 22 carries, 121 yards. And speed, strong, just great eyes, great vision for a runner. And we mentioned his strength, 350 pounds in the bench. All-district MVP, was an All-State performer last year, and I would suspect he will be a repeat performer on the All-State team for 95.
3rd down. Woods gets the call, bouncing out of one tackle. He'll pick up the 1st down and more as he skirts outside and finally wrestled out of bounds all the way up at the 44-yard line. Sherman Jones making the stop, and if you're Leesville, you've got to stop him on 3rd and long. That was a 3rd and 6. Woods converting the 1st down, and the Spartan Chains will move once again. 8:30 left in the ball game, a 25-point Salmen lead.
Now I'm going to show you great blocking downfield. This is a 24-yard pickup by Dwayne Woods. He's running downfield, but great downfield blocking. You look at that downfield, the wide receiver. So if you're a wide receiver for the Spartans, you don't just catch the ball, you need to block downfield. Great downfield block by Emmert Watson.
Woods again. on his 24th carry of the day. Robbie Carter making the stop, a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Woods 147 yards on the evening.
As Coach Billy Stubbs, I'm sure he's not happy with the score right now, 25-0. Or when I say happy, he's not satisfied. He'd like some more because Leesville does have some weapons, and there's still just under 8 minutes to go in the final quarter here in the 4A championship.
Some would say Bill Stubbs is a very superstitious man. As Dale on 2nd and long will keep it, rolling around the side across the 50 and pumped out of bounds near the 1st down marker. Mike Lewis making the stop. Last year, before they played Curtis in the state finals, they practiced over at Tad Gormley on the turf to get a feel of the turf beneath their feet on the Wednesday before the game. This year, before the quarterfinal game against Curtis, they did it again, and true to form, before the state final game against Leesville, they went ahead and practiced at Tad Gormley again to get the feel of the turf.
Brandon Dale with that 4.5 speed, he's tough to contain. He skirts outside and kind of lost his balance a little bit. Heads out of bounds over a 9-yard pickup. He's escorted out of bounds by Mike Lewis, defensive back, and 1st down pickup, or very close to a 1st down for Brandon Dale. And Brandon Dale, we said, so much is made out of Dwayne Woods, and he's an exceptional back, but Brandon Dale has so many weapons. He can kill you with his arm or his legs. Very heady performer. He will be a fine defensive back on the next level. At least that's what he's being recruited as, a wide receiver or defensive back. And he's going to make someone a fine player at the collegiate level.
1st down pickup for Salmen. The 46-yard line of Leesville. The Spartans in the 90s, 15-3 in the playoffs, trying to make it a 16th win, which would bring home a 2nd state championship. Woods from deep in the backfield to the 39-yard line. And Renee Salmen's just the kind of team that they find a way to win. Last week against Wassman, outgained offensively 224 to 187, but they win that ball game 21-8 on the road after an emotional victory over John Curtis the previous week. They're just a team that continually finds a way to win each and every week.
Fine up front, credit Thompson, Captain Boss, Gibson, Gilligan, and Shalley for opening some holes for Woods.
Green, the fullback, gets a carry, and he'll push it forward for a yard. Roan making the stop. As you mentioned, Renee, Green's main job to block for Woods. Surprisingly, as a fullback, even in short yardage situations, does not have a rushing touchdown this year. However, he's got 2 receiving touchdowns, one coming here in the 1st half.
Yeah, he's an important cog in that important spoke in that wheel of Salmen Spartans, and really so many key players, so many role players for the Salmen Spartan team, make it a successful team.
Dale keeps it on 3rd and 1, surging down to the 34-yard line. The chains will move. The clock will continue its onward march. 6:23 remaining in the contest. 25-0. Spartans over the Wampus Cats.
Got a shot a little while ago of number 74, Jeremy Thompson. He's a senior. He's probably their best lineman, all district in 94 and 95. And he may be called home to one of the state schools, USL McNeese, Northwest Louisiana, Northeast, somewhere in college on Saturday afternoons.
Wide open on the screen to Green, and he's trying to pick up his 2nd touchdown receiving, and he does as he scampers into the touchdown. A 34-yard touchdown reception for fullback Chris Green. Outstanding. What a cherry on the top for that senior today.
And a good throw by Brandon Dale, but credit Chris Green with knowing what to do with the ball. That's his 2nd touchdown reception, and he's really added a lot to this offense with his blocking. Now he has an opportunity to carry the ball, and he's broken the plane twice on this final game here. Chris Green making a good catch. Good downfield blocking once again. Got to catch a number here, but it's a good block. He cuts off that block and exits into the end zone, and Chris Green puts him up by 31 points. The extra point is good.
Brother Patrick Green converting that. Outstanding. 32-0 Salmen over the Cats. This one's well in hand with under 6 minutes to play.
Ready to talk Saints football after every game? Talk to me, Buddy D. Want an honest opinion about the boys in black and gold? Hey, man, were you watching the same game I was watching?
Hey, buddy, when you said that last week, I thought you were crazy, man, but you called it right again.
Talk to Buddy D. Nobody else tells it like it is. Talk Saints football with me, Buddy D, on WWL 870 AM. That's WWL 870 AM. News Talk Sports Radio.
Hey, gang, what do you think about this motorhome?
That's a good motorhome, Papa.
Okay, good job. Christy, what do you think about this camper?
That's a good camper, Papa.
That's a good one. John, what do you think about this motorhome?
Good motorhome, Papa.
Okay, thank you, John. That's a good motorhome, Papa. Yeah!
Watch the moves from fullback Green as he takes in this reception from Brandon Dale and completes a 34-yard catch and run.
And that was a good catch by Chris Green. That drive, 9 plays, 84 yards, consuming nearly 5 minutes off the clock, 4:58. The final play, a 34-yard toss from Brandon Dale to Chris Green. The extra point was successful. 5:58 to go in the final quarter. Spartans over the Cats, 32-0.
And that's 4 consecutive possessions Salmen has scored on. All 3 this half and 1 last half. Collins with the kickoff return and real estate to work. He's across the 50, across the 40, down to the 35-yard line goes Cecil Collins. What explosion. Emmerich Watson finally hauls him down. A 56-yard kickoff return.
He's averaging 23.7 yards per kickoff return. I'll tell you what, he's got 3,300 all-purpose yards on the season. And watch Cecil the Diesel right here. 4.5 speed, carrying 205 pounds with that 5'10 frame. Boy, he's tough to bring down. And again, he is really striding here, buddy. When he hits you like a ton of bricks.
Play action pass. Green wants it all. Tossing the ball deep down the field. Caught at the goal line. No good. Dropped. Oh! Thurman had designs on an acrobatic touchdown catch. He just could not come up with it. Nice coverage on the play from all-district cornerback Damian Woods.
Well, he's the guy, like I said, he's got the greatest concentration, and he's got great hands. He's the go-to guy. But they don't throw very much because of Cecil Collins. But when they do, they usually go to number 81, Marcus Thurman. And second-team all-district performer. He just couldn't find the handle. Pretty good throw right here by Jason Green, putting him air underneath the pass, giving him time to run underneath it. Good spiral right there coming down. And right in his hands, it just popped loose, and that was a good defensive effort by Smiley Woods of the Salmen Spartans.
Collins ashing down close to the 30-yard line. Pick up a 4. It'll be 3rd and 6. Danny Marks, MVP for the metro area on defense. Or, excuse me, the all-metro player district MVP, making the stop. Marks, a fellow who likes to hunt, Renee.
Yeah, he hunts wild boar, and with his 10-gauge shotgun, he likes to talk a little bit, too. And he's done a pretty good job talking with those shoulder pads. He's made a lot of tackles for the 1995 season.
3-step drop, incomplete, in and out of the hand of Burns. Nice defensive play.
You know, Marks is the kind of guy that has some schools looking at him, LSU, USL, Tulane, and Nichols, among others. And he's 6 feet, 220-pound senior, 4.7 speed, so he'll make someone a pretty good inside linebacker on the college level.
So it's 4th down and 6. Leesville 1 of 2. They'll be forced to go for it with 4:43 left in the contest, trailing by 32. Green tosses the ball to Collins. Nowhere to go. He'll be wrapped up and dropped. A 1-yard loss. The ball will go over to Salmen on downs. Chris Brindle, the weak linebacker, all district coming through to make that stop.
And as a linebacker, Chris really done a good job here. Mirroring right there, you see as he's following Chris Collins, his job is to watch wherever he goes. Inside out, he's going to get help on the outside by the cornerback, but Brindle makes the tackle on Cecil Collins, and on downs, Salmen takes possession.
So, on a fine 56-yard return by Cecil Collins, the Wampus Cats are unable to operate with it, and the ball will go over to downs on Salmen. Woods operating here across midfield down to the 48-yard line. Ball pops out, and Leesville comes up with it. So a break for the Wampus Cats. They'll have another opportunity to try to put some points on the board here with 4:08 left in the contest.
Pretty good pickup by Dwayne Woods.
Not the kind of night you envision if you're a Leesville offensive fan. Their possessions tonight, starting in the first half: punt, punt, punt. Second half, interception, running out of downs, and running out of downs.
As Billy Stubbs done a pretty good job really pulling this community together, giving the Spartan program some pride in themselves, and this appears to be, if they stay on course right now, this will be the second consecutive state championship for the Spartans.
Well, folks, we're talking about that Salmen Curtis game, Renee, in the quarterfinals, saying that might be the game for the state championship, and the way it looks, the way Salmen's playing here tonight, it looks like, yes, that 20-19 Salmen victory was indeed for the state championship, as Jeremy Thompson, the all-Metro right guard, coming off very gingerly for Salmen. That was a stoppage in the action. Green, pump fake, wants it all. Going deep down the field, well overthrown for his intended receiver, Burrell. 2nd and 10.
The X-Man, Xavier Burrell, guy we talked about, the sophomore from Germany, runs a pretty good route, runs a fly pattern with that 4.6 speed, and Jason Green just put too much air underneath it and just couldn't make the connection. Pretty good coverage out there applied to by Keith Porter, the safety.
Salmen ranked number 1 in the state of Louisiana in Class 4A, ranked 15th in the nation by USA Today. The Wampus Cats ranked 3rd in the state. Collins fumbles and bobbles the ball, and it's picked up by Salmen. Chris Brindle getting a fumble recovery, and the Spartans will go back on offense. The Cats fumble it right back to the Spartans.
And now with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the final quarter, the Salmen Spartans need only to eat up a lot of clock, and you can see that Collins did not have a handle on the ball, and scooped up by Brindle. He tried to run, but just couldn't get his feet underneath him. And Adrian Burns, all 315 pounds of him, made sure he didn't go any further.
Leesville 43 is the line of scrimmage. Right now, the main objective for Salmen, eat some clock. Dale will keep it. Nice block on that play by tight end Tyrone Roberts.
Great ball handling. In fact, Brandon Dale, quarterback, froze a couple of defensive players with that great fake to Dwayne Wood. You see his attempts right there. 82 yards, 2 touchdowns. Really an outstanding game for Brandon Dale.
Second and 5, Renee, down to the 37. Each team with its full allotment of timeouts. Woods rushing forward, short of the first down stick. Clock spins inside 3:15. Timeouts are not a factor. The crowd gets the wave going. Cedric Clemens on the stop there. Nice turnout on hand from the folks from Leesville.
So many people anticipated this game, and a lot of fans from around the state wanted to see these two teams play. Figured it was a very evenly matched game, and so I know the stands are pretty full with interesting fans.
Wideouts left and right. Paxton and I. Dale will keep it again. This has been a familiar script all evening. He fumbles the ball, but it goes out of bounds, and the yardage is enough for yet another Salmen Spartan first down. Clarence Jones. Well, Renee, Dress them in black, dress them in white, don't dress them at all. They're the same Salmen Spartans, and they're marching onward once again today.
And Brandon Dale has done equally as well with his feet as he has his arm. He's tossed for 82 yards, I think. He's 4 completions out of 10, if I'm correct. But he's done an outstanding job. 13 carries, 95 yards. Didn't score any touchdowns, but he set a lot of them up.
Hand off to Woods deep in the eye. Woods slashing through, breaking the 20, down to the 15. One tackle, and breaking it all the way. He'll pick up another first down. And Woods, more than likely, will be voted the MVP of this game, I would imagine, Renee, because of his offensive output. But you touch on a very key factor about Brandon Dale, and that is that he has set up so many scores here this evening. He's been the general. He has run outside when he's had to, and he's the one that's opened up the inside holes for running back Woods by his outside work. He'd be my vote for MVP, Brandon Dale.
He's really done so many things. There you see Dwayne Woods with 186 yards on 28 carries, but Brandon Dale has gotten so many important first downs for the Salmen Spartan team.
Woods across the 15, dancing inside the 10, close to another first down. Clock continuing to roll. 150 left in this contest. And if you're going to compare Cecil Collins and Dwayne Woods from a snapshot of just one game, you've got to say Dwayne Woods is the back here. But obviously, Collins has done it all year as well. But for a lot of fans in the stands, they came to see Collins against Woods. Woods clearly the one tonight doing the outstanding running.
With credit to both running backs, I think that Cecil Collins faced a stiffer defense in the Salmen defense than Dwayne Woods did as well. But not to take anything away from Dwayne Woods, he showed some outstanding effort, broke a lot of tackles, and gained a lot of yards after he was hit. But I think the defense that Cecil Collins faced was a stiffer competition in the Salmen defense.
Shermaine Jones coming out of the ball game. The all-district cornerback slightly shaken up. The ball rests 7 yards from the goal line, 2nd and 2. Woods 6 yards shy of 200 for the evening. 1:36 and the clock rolling in the contest. Woods to try it again, bashing forward. He gets the touchdown. He gets the 200-yard mark, and Salmen is going to be your 4A state champion.
Yes, that was a powerful run by Dwayne Woods, and that puts him over the 200-yard mark on this game. 201, if I'm correct, and is another touchdown. Watch this running, blocking up front, but Dwayne Woods just carries the last 2 tackles with him into the end zone. Look at this. Powerful leg drive.
He was stopped at the 4.
Yeah, he was stopped there, and he runs over another defensive back as he's carrying 2 defenders with him. Dwayne Woods has really been everything he's billed to be.
2:02 by our count. Extra point attempt by Green is up and good. Well, 1:28 left in this contest. 39-0. Spartans taking it to the Wampus Cats.
We'd like to play some of Mike's greatest hits. Mike Haas cranks up the crunches during 4th Down on 4, Sunday nights on WWL TV.
You ever hear anyone talk about life like you gotta chew it up and spit it out? You gotta want it so bad you can taste it. You gotta be hungry. If so, Gatorade has one question for you. You want something to drink with that? Because you're gonna be thirsty. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
Lots of thanks to executive producer Wayne Griffith, producer Jamuel Starkey, also director of events Mark Kaufman, Walter Volpatti, our director graphics DJ Barrett, our camera folks, stage manager John Perducci as well. Replays, stats, spotter doing a fantastic job, Walter Southern and Greg LaCour. Engineering, utility, all the folks behind the scenes to bring you the fantastic images that are the 4A state championship. Leesville coming back up with the kickoff return across the 45, across midfield. That's Vernon Lee. He'll get down to the 46-yard line. This game is decided. A 39-point Spartan Bulge. 26 unanswered second-half points for Salmen has blown this one open.
And it's only 79 ticks to decide the winner of this 4A state championship. But it's pretty well decided right now as the Spartans hold a 39-0. Pretty decisive, if you ask me. But Leesville really with an outstanding season. Just one lone loss. This is only their second loss of the season.
Nowhere to run on first down. Bill Stubbs can start thinking about where those dinner reservations will be tonight. Where will the celebration take place?
Cecil Collins winding down on an outstanding career. I don't know if anyone will ever rush for 3,000 yards. Guess you should never say never, but 3,000 yards. A Louisiana high school record exceeding 3,000 yards for his career. I mean, for the season, I should say. In fact, he's well over 7,000 yards for his career.
77-55 coming into tonight's game for a career. What an outstanding career it is. Green wants to pass, tosses the ball over the middle, complete to Thurman down to the 19-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10 for Leesville with 21 seconds left as they try to avert the shutout.
And just as bad as they want a touchdown, Salmen wants to keep them out of the end zone. So this is going to be a struggle. This contest is not over yet. Jason Green dropping back, airing it out. Good crossing pattern right here to Marcus Thurman. A difficult catch to make, and as he catches it, he's backed into a defensive back who really tattoos him in the back. That's Brandon Bell, a junior defensive back, and some happy fans right here, some onlookers.
Leesville takes the timeout. They want to chat about it. 21 seconds left in this contest. All Spartans. Just 21 seconds remain in this 4A state championship game. Quarterback Green trying to bring his troops into the end zone, tossing it, looking in the far corner of the end zone. Jump ball, incomplete. Burrell, your intended receiver. Outstanding coverage by Brandon Bell, shadowing him the whole way. And Coach Stubbs already has the state championship back-to-back t-shirt on over on the far sideline.
I'll tell you what, that's pretty confident with 14 seconds. I guess, yeah, you know, I guess it's time to pop the bottles of champagne and start celebrating.
Well, this one's nothing like the last one when it took a Wayne Walker interception of Jeff Curtis, the nose tackle for Salmen, intercepting a Curtis pass to seal the victory. And it was 12-7, Salmen winning last year, and it was undecided for the last few moments of the game. This one was decided, little did we know, with 6:39 left in the first quarter, after a fumble recovery in the end zone by Tyrone Roberts, made the score 7-0, and that would have been enough to win the game, but Spartans tack on 32 more, 39-0. 8 seconds left in this contest. Back to back go the Salmen Spartans. Third down and 13. Leesville will fall to 13-2. The Spartans finishing off consecutive win number 26. There's Brandon Dale with his head coach. 14-0, perfect season for the Spartans. Green, gunning down the field, broken up and almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of Keith Porter. So it'll be 4th down with 2 seconds left, and Leesville has 1 play left. Leesville accomplishing an awful lot this year, Renee. Last year lost in the regional rounds, 8-6 to Wassman. They are dejected today, but they've accomplished all season and play their way to this state final game. Coach Danny Smith, a lot to be proud of for this Wampus Cat squad.
Oh, yes, and there's 2 seconds. There's pride in this final play of the game. They want to break that plane and get into the end zone and put some points on the board. They do not want to be shut out.
Green will roll out, toss the ball downfield under pressure, looking in the far corner of the end zone. Caught, touchdown for Leesville. Marcus Thurman coming down with the ball with no time left on the clock. An outstanding catch.
And he left the building as he caught the corner of the end zone. In fact, he may be injured.
Quarterback Green knocked hard too on that play. And Thurman is in the far corner of the end zone, well out of play. And that's something we commented about it, Renee, privately to ourselves off camera, was the fact that normally during Saints game there's a full complement of turf laid down here at the Superdome, but the turf doesn't go all the way. There's cement around the sides. You might get a better angle on this replay as it's coming right at you. You'll see what I'm saying after he catches the ball, how he continues to run onto the concrete.
Well, it's kind of, you can't see it from our standpoint, our vantage point, but he did hit some concrete, and that doesn't give very easily. But that was a good catch. But boy, he really hit the surface pretty hard. We hope he's not injured. It may have just been had the wind knocked out of him. Hopefully, that's nothing serious.
That's an entranceway right there. That entranceway going back into the corridor that runs around the dome. And Marcus Thurman is okay as he's coming off the field under his own power. Looks to be holding his rib cage, Renee.
He probably took a shot. That guardrail on the outside is really, really tough. That barricade, if you will, and he probably made the catch, and just extra point is good.
Extra point by Josh Deal is up, and it's good, and that's the ball game. 39-7. The Salmen Spartans win their 2nd consecutive state title. Bill Stubbs celebrating, the Salmen faithful erupting on the far sideline as they pile on to one another. The Wampus Cats go out with a whimper here at the Superdome. Total domination by Salmen as it takes a touchdown at the very end of the ball game for the final 39-7 margin of victory.
Excitement and enthusiasm down there to field right now. 2 excellent football teams. You see Coach Billy Stubbs talking to Cecil Collins, and I'm sure he's wishing him well and telling him how much he respected and feared him as they planned this past week to face Leesville Wampus Cats, and particularly number 32, Cecil Collins.
You know, too, Renee, a couple of the Salmen coaches mentioned to me during the week it was much more difficult the second time than the first time.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be. It's But the advantage is if you know what you're getting into, having been here before. The intimidation factor is not quite there, and the size of the building and the things like that. This is something that it takes a little while for the intimidation factor to kind of wear off a little bit from so many teams who have never been here before.
We'd like to thank State Farm Insurance and its Louisiana State Farm agents for sponsoring all LHSAA state championship trophies and individual player awards. Thank you, State Farm. Representing State Farm at midfield, State Farm agent Max Lutgerharm from Leesville. State Farm agent Jim Williams, Leesville. State Farm agent Gene Heyman, Leesville. State Farm agent Curtis Martin, Slidell. State Farm agent Lee Van Hoos, Slidell. Also out at midfield, LHSAA Executive Committee President, Mr. Gary Anderson. The first award is the State Farm Outstanding Player for Leesville High School, presented by State Farm agent Jim Williams, goes to number 22, Greg Rome. The next award is the 1995 Class 4A State Runners-Up Trophy, presented by State Farm agent Max Lutgehorn. Individual awards by State Farm agent Gene Heyman to Leesville High School. Head coach Danny Smith, principal Tom Newbert. The next award is the 1995 Baden Official Game Ball, presented by LHSAA President Gary Anderson, principal of Westlake High School, goes to Salmen head coach William H. Stubbs. The next award is the State Farm Outstanding Player for Salmen, presented by State Farm agent Lee Van Hoos, goes to number 2, Brandon Dale. The next award, presented by State Farm agent Curtis Martin of Slidell, goes to the 1995 State Farm Class 4A State Champion, Salmen Spartan. Athletic Association once again thanks State Farm Insurance and its Louisiana agents for sponsoring all state championship trophies and individual player awards. Let's have a big round of applause for Salmen in Leesville.
Second consecutive year for the jubilant Salmen Spartans. 39-7, they take the 4A state title. Welcome back up to the booth. And Renee, it was too much Dwayne Woods and not enough of Cecil Collins tonight.
Cecil Collins could only muster 64 yards on the ground, come in averaging 212 yards a game. He did get his 3,000 yards for the season, but they came out of the short end of the scoreboard, and that's what's the most important thing. Salmen comes away with a 4A state championship.
I bet you there's been drives this year that Cecil Collins has gotten 64 yards on, much less an entire game. And let's not forget the field general tonight, Brandon Dale. He gets the MVP, and I think rightly so.
Yes, he had a great job, did a great job with his arm and with his legs. 95 yards on the ground, did an outstanding job finding his receivers. 396 yards in total offense, and the defense of Salmen only held Leesville to 136 yards. It far exceeded what Salmen's been giving up. Only 77 yards per team throughout the year, but they come out again. The important thing, statistic, is on the goal, the final score.
big second half for Salmen, as you see one of their scores coming up right here, Renee. They outscored Leesville in the second half, 26-7. That's an outstanding offensive play for Salmen, and an outstanding offensive second half as well, as they outscored 26-7, and the only Leesville score coming on the very end of the game. The Salmen defense spoke, and they spoke in volumes tonight.
Salmen 39-7, and there was no doubt which team was better tonight. Dwayne Woods, 202 yards rushing. Really an outstanding performance against a good Leesville defense, and once again, the Salmen defense shut the door on Cecil Collins.
Here's Woods on one of his touchdown scampers, and you can see the acceleration as he comes right at you.
He's gliding, but he's got that 4.3 speed, and once he breaks away, there's no catching him from behind. And Dwayne Woods, that was a familiar sight to the onlookers here at the Superdome here for the 4A championship.
So the 4A state title will remain in St. Tammany Parish at least for one more year. Congratulations to Coach Bill Stubbs. 39-7 Salmen over Leesville.